What is up, everyone? Nick here. Welcome to the show if you're new. Thanks for coming back if you're not. This one is going to be a fun one. If you have watched my show before, you will know I am extremely bullish on clean energy and all that it comes with. In recent months, batteries have harnessed mainstream attention brought forth by the global semiconductor shortage. Alongside the exponential growth in EV sales, clean energy, and battery production, carbon neutrality is a red-hot industry. Lithium-ion batteries requiring raw earth elements are currently the leading battery tech. However, this is proving cost inefficient and the material supply itself is diminishing. Now, what if there was another way? In today's episode, we're going to be looking at a fascinating alternative to the conventional, a company that has surged more than 34% in just the past month alone that is disrupting the clean energy space. I focus this channel on innovative disruption, and the subject of today's episode is no different. Going left while the rest is going right, perfectly positioning themselves for the coming environment. Make sure to always do your own due diligence when assessing equities. I'm not a financial advisor. Penny stocks typically do come with more reward, however, this is paired with increased risk. Gain as much insight and research into a company before allocating capital. Disclaimer, this is a sponsored video. Make sure to always come to your own conclusions and formulate your own decisions. This is your duty as a smart and calculated investor. All right, ladies and gents, without further ado, let's get right into it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm first going to go over who the company is, what it is exactly they do. I'm then going to go over where the company is headed in the coming quarters, and then lastly cover their analytics, balance sheet, charting, and statistics. Okay, so the company of today's episode is called AmPower Corporation, founded just in 2019 in beautiful Vancouver, Canada. They are trading on the CSE under ticker symbol AMMP and on the OTCQB under ticker symbol AMMPF. So you would need a traditional brokerage system to trade this stock. Now, we'll get to why investors are swarming this stock lately and why it has surged over 30% in just the past month alone, but first I want to give some background onto what exactly they do. So the newly formed AmPower is targeting the current gap between batteries and consumers, honing in on the red-hot mobility industries, electric vehicles, and specifically the maritime industry. We are all more than aware now that climate change is not only present, but escalating in its destruction. We have recently witnessed a rapid adoption of carbon-reducing technologies, and one of the most consumer-facing examples is this of the EV industry. Now, many climate scientists are concerned that we are losing the race to climate change through carbon emissions, something that may compound on itself in the coming years. What AmPower is attempting on doing is mitigating this problem through their bold, transformative concept. They are focusing on developing a proprietary process and construction of modular ammonia-producing units to ultimately develop green ammonia. Now, we have seen many alternatives to the conventional gas and diesel vehicles that dominate our roads in the past few years. The most popular of these alternatives are the electric vehicles helmed by the lithium-ion frontrunner Tesla. The majority of EV batteries rely on sourcing the raw materials from metals found within the earth itself. Lithium is quite cost inefficient, may itself be contributing to carbon emissions, and the materials are dwindling in a finite supply chain. It's also recognized that lithium may not have the power to support the transition of heavy industries such as maritime mobility to clean and sustainable energy sources. Now, to combat this, there have been many other less publicized alternatives, such as hydrogen cell fuel. However, this solution also comes with its fair share of problems. Hydrogen requires adequate storage at negative 253 degrees Celsius and is difficult to transport. Now enter AmPower. They see ammonia as the gas of the future. It could have around 1.5 times the energy density of hydrogen. It can be stored at only negative 33 degrees Celsius, is less flammable, easier to transport, and more cost efficient. Now, ammonia is a simple natural gas. The human body actually produces it ourselves and is composed of nitrogen and hydrogen atoms. That's it. Fjord Markets analysts see the ammonia market potentially revolutionizing the battery industry in the coming years with a massive $81.42 billion potential by year 2025. And this is due to its expansive uses. gas turbine power generation, ammonia cracking to hydrogen and ammonia storage, ammonia fuel cells as an alternative form to power vehicles, and something AmPower is really honing in on, fuel for powering ships. The maritime shipping industry is really a dark horse in terms of energy production and usage. It's something I think a lot of investors actually look over, as EVs typically hog all investor interest. However, this is a massive industry, and with increased globalization, is only growing in scale. It's also an industry quickly adopting new technologies. They are becoming as cost efficient wherever they can. There are now over 120 ports that are all equipped with ammonia trading facilities. MAN Energy and Samsung Heavy are developing the first ammonia fuel oil tanker by 2024. Viking Energy is positioned to become the first vessel propelled by ammonia fuel cells. The industry is clearly shifting, and AmPower is a leading pioneer in facilitating this change. Now, AmPower has been on a relentless expansion project as of late. They are in the final processes of completing a 15,000 square foot Michigan facility. This is where they'll be able to produce these stackable, modular ammonia production units to be sold to consumers. These units will vary in size from portable all the way to larger industrial plants. They are also planning on developing large power capacity for on-site ammonia production itself and experimentation. Now, this ammonia could be used to power for industry, heavy equipment operators, maritime shipping, and manufacturing. They just a few days ago, on April 28th, signed a research and development agreement with Ortec Incorporated. Through this partnership, the companies will improve the efficiency of ammonia synthesis through incorporating new additives and catalysts. The company, through their anticipated 19-week program, is attempting on developing a more economical and high-grade form of green ammonia, a very exciting timeline. They are essentially attempting on becoming the gold standard in terms of ammonia production, on developing easily deployable, scalable, and efficient ammonia-producing units. The research and development team has a proven record. They have filed 48 Canadian patents and 21 US patents, so a very accomplished team steering the ship. They are currently planning to develop IP and patent the industrial manufacturing of green ammonia production units, and as well the optimized chemical production process of green ammonia. We are currently witnessing the entire industry escalating in prevalence and usage. Oman India JV is amidst plans of a $2.5 billion green ammonia project. Likewise, Saudi Arabia, one of the wealthiest countries on earth and an energy powerhouse, is really pushing into the future, adopting new tech and investing around $5 billion in a clean energy hydrogen-based ammonia facility. Now, as always, whenever looking at a company, I take a deep dive into their management team. Dr. Gary Benninger is the company's CEO. He recently stepped down from his position at the behemoth Magna International, the $40 billion auto parts supplier. He held key positions at Magna, including Executive VP of Engineering and R&D for the corporation, as well as Division General Manager. He launched new technologies there, resulting in over $1 billion in sales. He has also served as COO of North American operations at the Becker Group, a $1.5 billion privately held auto interior systems supplier. He has also worked for Ford as a product engineering manager. He has an extremely impressive resume with proven capability. I really trust his expertise in running this company. Renee Bahardi is the company's newly appointed president, announced only on May 5th. He has played vital roles in the mining industry. He has also helped many companies streamline their models to increase their profitability. Dr. Luisa Moreno is VP Tech and Government Relations. She has a PhD in materials science and mechanics. She has also almost 20 years experience in finance, business development, and technical research with a focus on tech, mining, and mineral industries, an ideal fit for AmPower. Faizan Lalani is the company's CFO with over 10 years covering audit, financial reporting, corporate finance, and operations management. The list really goes on here, a ton of experience. I am really liking what I'm seeing. Now, the newly listed company, only having traded for a matter of months now, is currently sitting at just north of $1 USD, 1.02. It surged over 30%, 34.21 to be exact, in the past month alone. They already have a substantial 52-week delta with a low of 71 cents and a high of $1.88. They have a market cap of $35.03 million, making them a nano cap company. Their volume as of late has really been picking up in steam, almost 10xing their average volume during yesterday's trading period. They recently secured private placement for gross proceeds of $3.99 million, so they are quite padded out nicely for the short term. I will be keeping updates on this fascinating company. I love finding the newest and greatest in terms of clean tech, and this company is really exciting to me. I do think Ammonia could be a powerhouse in the coming years. Remember, whenever allocating capital on the stock market, to always come to your own conclusions. Remember that although penny stocks do come with more potential reward, this is typically paired with increased risk. So make sure to do all your own research to eventually formulate your own decision. This is your duty as a smart and calculated investor. Anyways, everyone, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, happy trading, cheers.